No Excuse: The Power of Self-Discipline. Written by a New York Times bestseller author Brian Tracy. Part 12. The answer have all been found. Here is the great discovery: all the answers have been found. All the routines to success have been discovered. Everything that you need to learn to move to the top of your field has already been learned by hundreds and even thousands of people. And if you ask them for advice, they will give it to you. Successful people will have their phone calls had, cancel other appointments, and put their work aside to help other people be successful. But you must be asked, and then you must follow their advice once they have it to you. If you cannot ask them directly, read their books and attend their talks and seminars. Listen to audio programs created by successful people. Sometimes you can send them emails and ask for advice. Learn from the best. Set highest income as a goal. If your goal is to be in the top 20% of moneymakers in your field, the first thing you need to do is to find out what the people in the top 20% are earning today. This information is available. Just ask around, check industry statistics, go out to Google. You can find this information if you look for it. Once you know the income target at what you are aiming, write down and your goal. Make a plan to achieve this level of income and work on it every day, and never stop until you reach it. The secret to high income in business and sales is quality simple. Learn and do. Like junking up to care, you improve ounce notes at a time. Each time you learn to persist your new skill, you retest your earning ability, and if looks in. As long as you keep increasing your earning ability, you keep researching to up a higher level from what you seldom decline. Use the 3% formula to invest yourself. To generate your lifelong success, make a decision today to invest 3% of your income back into yourself. That seems to be a magic number of lifelong learning. According to the American Society for Training and Development, this is the percentage that the most profitable 20% of companies in every industry invest in the training and development of their staff. Decide today to invest 3% of income into yourself in order to make yourself an abstract asset to continuously increase your earning ability. If your annual income goal is $50,000, resolve to invest 3% of that amount or $1,500 back into yourself each year to maintain and upgrade your knowledge and skill. If your income goal is 1 lakh, resolve to invest 3,000 per year back into yourself to ensure that you reach that level of income. The payoff is extraordinary. It was giving a similar to Derot a couple of years ago when a young man and they years old come up to me at the break. He told me that he had first come to my seminar and hit my 3% rule. About then 10 years ago, at that time, he had depended out of college, was living at home, driving an old car and earning about $20,000 a year as an office-to-office salesman. He decided after the seminar that he was going to apply that the 3% rule to himself, and he did so immediately. He calculated 3% of his income of $20,000 would be $6,600. He began to buy sales book and read them every day. He invested in 2 audio learning programs on sales and that time management. He look on sales seminar he invests to ensure 600 to himself in learning to become better. That year his income went from 20,000 to 30,000, an increase of 50%, and he said he could trust that increases with great actually to the things he had learned and applied from the books and he read and the audio programs he listened to. So the following year he invested 3% of 30,000, total of 900 back into himself. Then year his income jumped from 30,000 to 50,000. He began to think, if my income goes up to 50% per year by investing 3% back into myself, what would happen if I invested 5%? Keep raising the bar. The next year he invested 5% of his income, 2,500, into his learning program. He took more seminars, traveled cross-country to conferences, bought more audio and video learning programs, and even hired a part-time course. And that year his income declined to 1 lakh. After that, like playing taxes hold AM, he decided to go all in and rules be investment into himself to 10% per year. He told me that he began doing every since. I asked him, how has investing 10% of your income back into yourself affected your income? He smiled and said, I passed $1 million a personal income last year, and I still invest 10% of my income in myself every single year. I said, that's a lot of money. How do you manage to spend that much money of your personal development? He said, it's hard. I have to start spending money on myself in January in order to invest in all of the end of the year. He have image course, a sales course, and speaking course. I have a large library in my home with every book, audio programs and video programs on sales and personal success I can find. I attend conferences both nationally and internationally in my field, and my income keeps going up in every year. 3 simple steps to become the best. Becoming one of the top people in your field requires discipline and applications more than anything else. There are 3 simple steps that you can follow to become the very best in your field. Rule 1. Read 60 minutes in your field each day. Turn on off the television and the radio, put aside the newspaper and read material about your field is on hour each day before you start working. 2. Listen to educational audio programs in your car. Start them and stop them as you listen, so you can reflect on what you have just heard and think about how you can apply the ideas to your work. 3. Attend courses and seminars in your field regularly. Speak them out. Take outline courses in conversations about your own home, courses that will enable you to upgrade your skill and give you important ideas that you can use to be even more successful. The power of compound learning, like compound interest. It's quite amazing. The more you learn, the more you can earn. The more you can learn, the better your brain functions and the estimate you get. Your memory and retention rate improve. The more you can learn, the more relations you will find between something you will learn at the time and something you will learn at another time. Never stop learning and growing. The achievement of mystery. How long does it take to achieve mystery in your field? According to the experts, the acquisition of mystery requires about 7 years or 110,000 hours of hard work. It takes 7 years to become a master salesperson. It takes 7 years of becoming a successful business person. It takes 7 years to become an excellent diesel minimalistic, and it takes 7 years to become an excellent brain surgeon. It seems to be taken 7 years of 10,000 hours of hard work to get the top of any field. So you might as well get started. The time is growing to pass anyway. The starting point of your achieving mystery is the fall of your coming to excellence. I have never met a person who made a decision to get into the top 20% in their field who did not eventually achieve it. And I never met a person who got there having not made that decision. Making the decision and then following it up with continuous, purposeful, disciplined action is essential. Talent is not youth. As I mentioned earlier, according to Groffy Covin, his best-selling book, talent is overrated. Most people learn how to do their job in the first year, and then they never get any better. They just coast in their jobs, but the only deterioration you can coast is downhill. Many people will be work away at a job for many years and never rise above the average. They will be do their job from 8 to 5, but they never lift a finger to upgrade their skills. They will be not invest any time learning their crafts unless their company pays to extra training and gives them the time of it take it. The average person does only an average job, and as a result, he earns an average income and worries about money as his life. He never realizes that often there is only a then feel that space and the average person from the excellent person. The fact is that you are not getting better, you are getting worse. Nowhere says is the same place for long. 2 hours each day will be get you to the top. It has been calculated that you need to invest is about 2 extra hours per day to move there from average in the superior. Only 2 extra hours each day will move you from worrying about money all your life to bring on sees the highest paid people in your field. People immediately ask where I am going to get an extra 2 hours each day. It is simple. Take a piece, a profile, and do the following simple calculation. Calculate the number of hours in a week. 7 days times 24 hours equals 168 hours. If you deduct 40 hours for work and 56 hours for sleep, if you have 72 hours for leftover, if you decide there's 3 hours per day, 21 hours for getting ready for traveling to and from work, the leaves here 40 hours of space time do you have with as a place. If you invest 2 hours per day back into yourself, 40 hours per week, you still have 27 hours left over. That is an average of more than 5 hours per day of free time. All you need to do is devote 2 hours each day to move you from average performance to superior performance is whatever you choose to do. I invite you to listen to the next chapter of this book. Thanks for listening.